Alright, what's up guys, it's your boy Limo Black, and we're here with another video where I'll be talking about my plans again, and I'll tell you exactly how I'm gonna do it. Alright, so, I purchased a 79cc tiller engine, and that's gonna go right here, okay? Right there. Right there. And, I also have Predator mounting bolts coming in for it and whatever. And you know, we already discussed what kind of parts is gonna come on, so I know that the drum brakes is really expensive. The drum brakes is really expensive. So I'm not getting drum brakes. I'm gonna use a different method of brakes. In fact, we're gonna have to wait until we get the engine. And once we get the engine, which I'll be unboxing very soon, then we're gonna talk about clutch bells because the type of brakes I will be getting is a band brake. Basically, if you don't know what a band brake is, which I just found out today, a band brake is like, all right, so we're gonna use this engine as an example. Pretend that this is the engine and this is the clutch bell right here. Instead of you having a brake on the actual wheel itself, it'll be a little clamp like this that will go around the flywheel of the clutch bell. And it basically, when the brake is from the pedal is being applied, since you know it pulls and it's going through both sides of the clamp, this side and this side, a line, which is the cable going straight through both, and since it's being retracted, it'll pull them together. Meaning, when every time you press the brake, the little clamp is going to close in on the flywheel, or not the flywheel, one of these things. I think the clutch bell, not the flywheel, because if it closed on the flywheel, the whole engine would stop. But yeah, basically, the pinion, or whatever you call it, the bell itself. And for that, it's only like $10 online. Getting an actual drum brake was only like, is almost like $100. I'm like, really? I'm gonna have to spend like almost over 100, just over like almost like $300 just to get two wheels and a drum brake. I could have just bought the whole thing and I wouldn't have to buy any part. But I wanted to build it, so this is what I get. So I'm gonna be having a band brake on this, and it's gonna have a 79cc tiller engine. It won't have a Predator in it because for reasons. It'll have a tiller engine, and I bought a 49cc sticker for it, of course, so when I'm riding around, people will think it's 49cc. It's for safety reasons. Even though I have a PVA card, still need to be more precautious, and what you call it. So I know that this frame is like kind of universal friendly. So part friendly, universal part friendly. I'll be having bicycle accessories on it. On the handlebars, I'll be putting side view mirrors and bicycle headlights. One is gonna be here and another's gonna be here, and they're gonna clamp like this, and it's gonna show like that. And then once I buy the seat for it, which the seat is really expensive too for some strange reason, but that's fine. When I put the seat on, I'm gonna put a headlight here too. Not a headlight, a tail light. And they're all gonna be bicycle accessories because, like I said, the bars is thin like a bike frame. So it's universal part friendly. Some word I made up. It's part friendly and it's universal, meaning, you know, whatever. And I've been really thinking about having modifications done to it because I know I'm a really tall person, and since it's gonna be fast and all, and I don't want to look awkward on it. It's not even about how I drive it. It's just about how I want to look on it. So I might get a rack. I don't know how I'm gonna get a rack, but I could go to the auto parts and I can buy clamps, or you know those hardware stores that have clamps in it. And I'm gonna take like a long bar that has like one hole in the middle. And I'll probably like put it here, and then I'll probably like find like a little rack. I'll probably like cut through the rack with something. The rack will be like this thin, enough space to fit inside of here. It'll go in like that, and it'll go all the way through. And instead of using these holes to put the seat in with screws or bolts, it'll probably be like clamped on from the rack with like metal clamps under the rack and basically just bolts holding everything together. And the seat will be placed in a random place, like instead of the front end of the seat stopping here, it'll probably stop here, so it'll probably go off a bit all the way down here, and the rack would be like this long going like that. That's an idea, but if that doesn't work out, then I don't mind just doing it the way it is. I'll just, sit on it like that. And I'm really thinking about using some of my motorized bike parts to put on here, like the gas tank, but I'm gonna have to like find a way. Like I need to take off the, those little studs that's poking out the bottom, and I'm gonna have to find out a way how to get it between the space, because I don't know if that's gonna work out. Um, anyway, for over here, I'm thinking about buying different forks, like some raised forks, so I won't have to like go down, because like I'm almost 6 foot. I'm 5'11 and a half, and yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Anyway, as for over here, I'm gonna buy the rear wheel first, because the rear wheel has most of the parts that are expensive and annoying to put on. Once you're really done with the rear wheel, I think you wouldn't have a problem putting the rest of it together with little to no amount of money being spent. Maybe at least like 50 to 60 to $70. Maybe 70 like maximum to how much money you're probably gonna spend on the rest of it after buying all the parts I already have. Cause like the wheel itself is like $94, and then the sprocket and brake kit and all the set, it's really annoying. So like all of that's gonna equal like almost $200, like 199. Like come on now. So I'm just gonna get the rear wheel, and I'm gonna put the sprocket on. It's just gonna be the rear wheel and the sprocket, and that's it. Once I'm done with that, I'll have a band brake instead of using a drum brake or a disc brake. So there won't be brakes on the wheel, it'll be on the engine itself. Once I do that, just buy a chain. I don't know what chains they use. They probably use 415 chains like the motorized bikes. And just cut it the way I know best, which really good at cutting. And let's see. I had to buy a chain breaker tool, because usually I make my links. Or I usually put things together with hammers, and I use the pliers to clamp it together, which is actually a bad idea. It's probably the biggest reason why this chain is garbage now, and I had to buy a new one. But that being said, there's a lot more to be said. Let me say, what else do I have to say? I've been researching online about how people have been having trouble with mounting their engine, because it's like they mount the engine and then it doesn't align with the sprocket. And as you can see here, there's clearly no way you can move it left to right, because it only moves forward and backwards, right? But honestly, with that, I think it has to do with maybe you setting up the wheel wrong. That could be the only way. It can't be the engine. It has to be like you're missing a bearing or two, or you place too much bearings on one side than the other side. Because as from what I understand, I think the rear wheel has 3 bearings, 2 short ones, one and one long one, and all 3 of them are different sizes. And it's like the rear wheel is mad complicated and all. I think I'll just buy the rear wheel instead of buying both. Both at the same time would be like 194. I can spend like 54 on the wheel itself. Then I'll probably just put the tire and inner tube on. Buy that for an extra like $10 to $20, and then after that, I'll just buy the sprocket, which is like $39. So like this is a very expensive hobby, even way more expensive than motorized bikes. But yeah. What else? What else am I thinking about? Let's see. If you guys have any tips, please comment and please tell me what, cause like I'm kind of lost. Like I know that it's a lot of money, and I actually have all the money in the world to buy every part, except for I need to save it, cause I have like literally $0 after I buy everything I want. So I only have like 130 something left, and just for a back wheel, it's crazy. Anyway, we're gonna go to the computer and we're gonna look up some stuff. All right, so right here we have band brakes from Azusa parts, and we're gonna look at each of them. As I said, they're like clamps that clamp around the clutch belt. So I think they're like much less money. See, only $17, and you have to spend a lot for a drum brake or a disc brake. Um, different prices, $19, and all that. Really do not want to waste your time. I think you're supposed to buy this too. I think it's more than a clutch belt. I think you need to buy this and you need to buy this together. So that's like that's like $40. Dang. Or maybe I'm wrong. Oh, no, that's brake drum with the sprocket. Okay. That's like something completely different. But yeah, that's basically what it looks like. And I recently contacted, like maybe like this morning, Azusa, and they sent me instructions on assembling the disc brakes, drum brakes, and I have a whole instructions to it. Just comment if you want the instructions, because I don't really need it right now. But yeah. So, all right. Now on eBay, you see this? Just for the front and rear wheel with the drum brake assembled is like $229. I paid less. I paid like $239 for an engine and everything else that I paid for that I told you about in the first video about this. Anyway, so mini bike band brake. See, like $19. Well, that's for a mini bike go-kart mini bike. Like this right here, and I believe it just goes on the clutch belt. So, like I said, with the specific engine that I paid for, the clutch will go on that right there. And once it's on that, the band brake is going to clamp right on it, right there. And that's how it's just gonna be. And as for clutch bells, on my Facebook community, I was sent a couple of clutch bells. But I guess for that, I'll just go on eBay, look up clutch bells 79cc. So, boom, 79cc. I'll just have to buy this, put it on, and I believe that's how I put the band brake on, using that, unless there's more. Alright, back up here. Now, one last thing that I'm probably gonna do for this. Let's see. I don't know, what color should I color it? Think I should color it any color? I think black. I'm going with black. Maybe some spray cans. Give me some tips. Comment, please. It'll help, like I said. And have a good day.